Yeah, just while it starts to come down. Whereabouts are we?
Right, yeah, we're about 15 kilometres east of Cummins, Cockaleachy,
Yep.
and on the property of Ray Fitzgerald. His dad, obviously, Baz. It's where Baz farmed, and of course, Ray's brother was John Fitzgerald, better known as the Cockaleachy Kid, and standing here on the tennis courts where, as a youngster, he would have practiced many hours playing tennis with his brothers, no doubt. And of course, John went on to be a great Davis Cup player for Australia, and after he retired, he was, of course, captain of the Davis Cup team. So, yeah, pretty historical place right here in Cockaleachy. So, and of course, all the Fitzgerald, I think 5 Fitzgerald boys, including Butch, grew up here. And I think around about the late 50s maybe, there was not enough land for all the boys to farm, so Butch and 2 of his older brothers purchased some land in and around Butler Tanks, and 3 boys farmed there for up until they retired. Back then it was seen as probably the best farmland. Cockaleachy actually probably too wet, but as we fast forward about 50 years, Cockaleachy some of the best farming land on Eyre Peninsula. So, and Butch tells me that when he went to Butler, there was a lot of hard yards there with the very stony paddocks, and so it was quite marginal land in the end. But they forged a life and a living out of it. And a fairly famous sporting family. Ray himself was a pretty good footballer, played in, I don't know, probably 10 consecutive premierships for Ramblers in the Great Flinders League, and of course his brother Peter, he played in 14 in a row, winning premierships, and along the way won 4 male medals. So, and then just to top that off, his son Sean also won a male medal, so that's a pretty rare feat, father-son male medalists. And of course, I can't leave out John Fitzgerald, who was a pretty good footballer himself early days, till he pursued his tennis career. I think he won a couple of underage association medals. So yeah, he could have been as good, if not better, than his 2 brothers. But yeah, went on to play tennis and for Australia, and the rest is history.
Cool. And you got a bit of a personal history of the Fitzgeralds?
Yeah. Well, of course, I knew Butch, and he was our cricket club's president for a lot of years, Butch. And I played with his son David for many years for the Ramblers Cricket Club. And of course, Butch, I don't remember it, I was probably too young, but Butch unfortunately was playing for Ramblers in a Ramblers Cricket Club in a pre-season game, and was struck by a cricket ball in the temple, and that had dramatic impact on his health in the way of speech impediment, or impairment I should say. He was flown to Adelaide. He was in Adelaide intensive care, and spent weeks over in Adelaide in hospital as part of his recovery. Had to learn how to speak again.
Never sounded quite the same again, apparently.
Never is, yeah, as I say, very slow speech, but you know, there was no brain damage as such, more to do with his speech. But he stayed involved with the cricket club, president for a lot of years. The cricket umpiring, but eventually the bug to play sport again was too much for him, and he took up bowls, and he played till he was well into his 90s. So yeah, he loved it. So.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll just land this, and then we'll go on to where are we going next?
We're going to go to Cockaleachy Oval, where Butch started his playing career with cricket. I think he come back from, this is just after World War II, where Cockaleachy formed a cricket team, and as a teenager that's where Butch played until, up until, as I said, they purchased land in Butler, and he then started playing cricket for Ungara.
Cool, let's go and do it.
Yep, good stuff. With that, would you have got a shot of the homestead over there from that?
Oh, let's do that.
Just pan over to the...
You show me what we should be seeing.
Well, it's directly over there, and
so we'll come up this way.
Yep.
Just go up as
So
high
that's
as we
where
can.
Ray lives.
Right. Well, it's not raining, so let's just go up as high as we can.
Yes. Maybe it's obscured by the scrub.
Right in the scrub, I guess.
Well, is that a dwelling there? I just really can't make it out. That's about the proximity of it.
About the proximity of it.
Well, if we go, I mean, we could use this fishing if we go up there and we said, yes, that was it, that's what we're looking at, but I can't say for certain.
Okay, cool. Yep. All right.
Okay.
I'll just tell him to come home while I pack this up.
Come back. Don't crash.
What's it?
How high is that? 200 metres?
That's about 150 metres up.
150.
Might be 120, 150. It stops at one or the other, just depending.